Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to share with you the number one way to acquire leads and sales to your coaching or agency leveraging TikTok ads. This video is going to include a step-by-step detailed walkthrough of exactly what we're doing for a client to get them a 15x return on ad spend. This training is literally going to show you how to print money with TikTok ads for your business, so let's get straight into it. Alrighty, let's get straight into the training. Starting off with the AAA method, attention, automation, and acquisition. I've broken down this simple system into an easy to remember format. So real quick, it's important to understand right now TikTok is the most cost-efficient marketing platform for business owners. There's over 1 billion monthly users on TikTok every single month, and there's over 150 million users that are from the US using the platform to consume content. On average, these users are spending about 3 hours a day, and the average age of a TikTok user isn't your average 16-year-old looking for dancing trends. It's actually, the platform's actually matured and grown to be a massive marketing tool. A lot of adults between the ages of 25 and 40 are on the platform every single day. So I guarantee your target audience as a business owner, as a service-based provider, as an online coach is on TikTok. Whether you're looking to grow organically or with paid ads, I'm going to show you guys a detailed walkthrough on the strategy we're using to generate $150,000 a month for one of our students. He's basically seeing a 15x return on ad spend. So in other words, for every dollar he puts into the system, he gets $15 out, which is just absolutely amazing. And he's doing this all while selling a $5,000 product, right? And he's selling a $5,000 coaching product that requires an appointment to sell too. So if you're wondering, can you even sell your high-ticketed products or services on the platform? We have people spending and selling products between $5,000, $10,000, selling pretty high-ticketed packages across different niches. This particular student is a real estate investing coach. So for those of you that are interested in trying to sell your own product like him, this is going to work just as well for you as well. All right, so generating leads to a booked appointment is pretty simple. If we look at that 3 AAA system, you can basically break it down as the following. All right, so attention, we first need to generate attention through the organic content that he's posting. We have him posting only 5 times a week, short educational content. The average video length is anywhere between 30 to about 60 seconds or so. He's just sharing value and information about real estate wholesaling investing. Then is the automation standpoint, right? So once we acquire attention after a couple of months of consistently posting, we then need to build a system that takes those attention, those eyeballs, those leads, and puts them through a system, right? So we have him using a system, a CRM tool that automates and engages with his leads. They collect the email, the phone number, the contact information, and it takes that lead that saw his content for the first time and brings them into the system where we have more control to follow up with them via text message or email. And then from there, of course, is the acquisition process. The sales and acquisition process is simple. Leads get on the call, already familiar with our client's offer, and his team of sales rep simply needs to just close the deal. All right, so this is what it's broken down to. I'm going to share with you guys in just a moment the entire walkthrough so you guys can see what that actually looks like. So I'm going to break down in just a moment the average cost per lead and what the system actually looks like and some of the creatives that you're running. But I think it's important to get a 50-foot overview of the entire system from when we acquire the lead's attention via TikTok ads all the way to putting them into the system and nurturing them. So on TikTok ads, right now we have him running 2 different campaigns. These are both lead gen form campaigns. So if you're not familiar, a lead gen form is basically when someone sees your content for the first time, or maybe they are engaging with your content via organic, and once they engage with your video, a form will pop up, right? A lead gen form will pop up, and they can answer a couple questions, submit their information. They have the opportunity from there to either schedule a call or do a couple different things. So this is one of the lead gen form questions that we have for our student. And let me just zoom in a little bit here. So basically we have it as the following, right? So fill out the form information below. What describes you best, right? So again, he's a real estate wholesaling investing coach. And basically what he does is he helps people get started in wholesaling. And so we want to use the lead gen form to get an understanding of what part of the journey are these leads coming from, right? So the first question is what describes you best. From there, we ask what are your goals with real estate and what you're looking to accomplish in the next 5 months. And then this is a really good question, right? Because we can see how urgent these leads are. From there, we're also asking, are you currently looking for a mentor, right? So this is important, right? A lot of people on TikTok don't even notice that some of these videos are actually even ads. So if we indicate to them that, hey, this is a form that's potentially gonna get you on a call, offering them the opportunity and even asking them, hey, are you interested in getting a mentor right now? Like, we'll obviously be able to segment the really quality leads from the not so quality leads, and then from there we ask, do we have permission to contact you via text message? So this is cool because whenever someone submits their form information, they also enter their name, phone number, and email, and from there we can remarket them, add them to a CRM and remarket them. We're also using the high intent form. So we were using the more volume form for one of the campaigns, and we realized the higher intent form will kind of reduce the amount of people that just kind of put in any random information, because the high intent form focuses more on confirming your information and taking an extra step before submitting the actual lead gen form. So all these campaigns will be done with a lead gen form. So someone has to submit the lead gen form first, and then we continue the system. So we have 2 campaigns running. Campaign 1 is lead gen form. We'll collect information and add them to the CRM, and then we actually have these leads going into what we call a mini webinar. So the webinar is anywhere from we have 2 different webinars. One is about 40 minutes long, another one is about 30 minutes long, and these are kind of what we call friction placeholders. A lot of people, when we were first running these ads, we were running lead gen form to book a call, and a lot of low quality leads were coming through. A lot of people weren't showing up. The show up rate was pretty low, and there were a lot of bad quality leads. So what we learned is that we need to put a little bit of friction in front of people before they get on the call with us. And having a short webinar video, ideally we're testing between lengths right now, but having a webinar video, a video just explaining more about the services of what he does, how he has helped people, a couple case studies, that will kind of, we'll see a massive drop off in people that actually book a call, which is good, right? So maybe 100 people go to this lead gen form in a day. Of those 120 of those people will actually continue to book a call. And that's good. We want 80% of contact information, people that submit their contact information, to qualify themselves, right? We don't want just to take calls with anybody. So having a webinar, which we're basically split testing here, we have a 50-50 split test. And we're testing to see which webinar obviously converts more leads to a book call. And that's what we're doing right now. So by the time that people get to the call, they've already watched a 30 to 45 minute webinar, depending on which one they're watching. And it talks a little bit more about the expectations prior to the call, what the business is about, what they've been able to accomplish and help people with. If you sit down and watch an entire video before getting on a call, you're going to be clearly a higher quality lead. So we have target KPIs, right? So we're shooting for a 70% show up rate on these calls, 25% close rate, and an additional 4 to 8 closed deals a week, just from this campaign alone. All right, so moving on over to campaign 2. This is a deeper, longer campaign with more automations, and this is all being done with an automated tool called Go High Level. That's a CRM tool we use for all our students, including our business ourselves. Okay, so campaign 2, again, lead gen form. We'll collect the contacts information and add them to our CRM. And then remember that question about, yes or no to a mentor. There's 2 ways we can go about this. So if someone says, yes, I need a mentor right now, we actually do the following. We'll send an automated voice note from our client. His name's Zach. And the voice note will basically say, hey, I saw you recently submitted a lead gen form or a survey form. You're clearly interested in learning more about real estate. What is your biggest issue so far? And if the lead responds, if the lead doesn't respond, we have an automated sequence that has follow-ups and touch points to get them back to responding. And if for whatever reason, we haven't seen this yet, if the lead negatively responds, they say, hey, screw you, stop messaging me, we'll just remove them from the CRM. But what happens is when the lead actually positively responds, they say, yeah, I'm actually struggling with this issue, I'm struggling with that issue. What we'll do is the setter that we've trained and placed into their business will go in and conversate with this lead in the CRM. So instead of going back and forth through DMs on TikTok, we're actually DMing the person with their phone number, their SMS phone number. So their trained team member will come in and start to send messages back and forth to the leads that have submitted the lead gen form. Right? They will acknowledge the response, we'll qualify and direct them to another webinar. So we'll show them to another webinar. And from there, we're going to follow up with them. And we actually have an automated sequence that once we send the webinar, that lead will automatically get follow-up text messages to get them to schedule a call, right? And we have an entire follow-up workflow here. And if prospect books a call, great, we'll remove them from the automated sequence. And if they, respond with a question or concern, we'll pause the automated sequence. The setter will go in and respond to any questions or concerns, and then we keep the process moving until they book a call. Right? What about the people that say, no, I don't need a mentor? Well, basically, we move them in what we call a warming engagement campaign. So our client here has a bunch of training videos. Have created a lot of YouTube content in the last 2 years or so. So what we'll do is we'll send automated messages with trainings. Right? These are automated. These are all happening automatically with the system. We have certain cadences, and we send the videos with like little touch points, basically nurturing the leads with value and content. All of these are separate landing pages with a book a call button. So if someone watches one of these videos and they're like, oh my God, I really like this guy's stuff, I want to book a call now, I'm ready to book a call, they can automatically book the call from there. All right, so that's just a 50-foot overview of the entire workflow. We put together a detailed automated system, so it's really cool. You only need the system and a team member to manage the conversations whenever someone responds back. And your goal is to get people to watch a little bit of content before scheduling a call. Once they watch the content, get them on the calendar so they're a little bit more qualified, a little bit more nurtured, and more ready and more likely to close on the phone. All right, so now we're actually in the ads manager. Let's break down some of the campaigns that we have going on here. So this is the DFD ads relaunch V2. So basically what this campaign is, we're basically split testing between an open stack and an interest stack. So open stack is basically no targeting, there's no interest-based targeting whatsoever. We just have it TikTok figuring out the algorithm. And in fact, this is actually some of the best things you can do. What we've learned is that trying to put a lot of try to target people via hashtag, via interest, a lot of the times we are shooting ourselves in the foot. It's better to let TikTok, and in a lot of these situations, figure out what type of leads will engage with your content the best, because their algorithm is just amazing. So we have an open stack that's actually converting about $1, almost $2 per lead, a little less than $2 per lead. And then we have an interest stack where we put certain hashtags in, like real estate, investing, and this hasn't converted as many leads, but it also is a pretty cheap cost per conversion. Now, what we're actually doing here is we're split testing a couple different creatives here. We had a couple different creatives that we had going, but we've just recently turned them off. And with campaigns like this, you're always needing to cycle through creatives every like 14 days or so. TikTok creatives, the lifespan on it isn't as long. You can find maybe 1 or 2 evergreen creatives that are always performing all the time, and we found one that does really well. So we've launched this exact creative through multiple campaigns, and as you can see here, $2 per lead, $2 per lead. Now, a lead with a lead gen form campaign isn't per book call. It's essentially calculating for every person that submits their contact information. And we see that there's a good amount of people that submit a contact information, and ultimately we'll go ahead and book a call. So this is what's really cool. And what we have for this particular form here, we actually open this up here. You can see we have it going into a webinar. So the way the form works is when someone watches this video, right, it appears to be just a regular video on TikTok. It doesn't even feel like an ad. When they watch the video, they can engage with it, maybe leave a like, a comment. And once they engage with it, they have the opportunity to submit a lead gen form, right? A lead gen form will pop up. They enter their information. And at the end of the lead gen form, we actually tell people to, we actually have a redirect link to that webinar. So if you're wondering, how do people go from TikTok and seeing a TikTok video to a webinar? Well, we actually, at the end of these lead gen forms, tell people, check out the free training. People love free stuff, right? So they're going to click on this, and it's going to go to another form. And we're tracking the website visits. We have a pixel inside the landing page that we use on ClickFunnels. And basically, this is one of the videos there. And as you can see here, it's getting a lot of impressions. The conversions are really good. Solid CTR, so click-through rate, a lot of clicks, and the result rate is pretty solid. So 26% is ideal there. You can even see some of these creatives are, even cheaper, like 41 cents per lead. Okay, so we have that. We also have the code lead nurture. So this is a specific campaign that targets leads that probably are not the warmest, right? These are complete new people that have never seen our clients' content before, and the goal here is to get them through a nurturing process. With all those videos that are sending out automatically via text message, we are using these videos to get attention and then nurture the people with the automation. So as you can see here, this is the same creative that we saw in the other campaign, and it's performing all of these other ones. So in about a day or two, I'm going to turn off some of these creatives here and keep adding more spend into the ones that are doing better. Okay. We also have another one. We have advanced tracking. So we have 3 top creatives that were doing really well for some time, and we have them going directly to a webinar, and we're tracking each call that comes in specifically attached to that creative. So when someone watches this creative, we've tagged it using UTM tracking, and we'll see it populate and say, okay, this call came from this creative and this call came from this creative. We'll basically be able to see exactly where each call is coming from. This is how we test creatives to see which ones are most effective in actually generating booked appointments. And then we're also running a cheap follower campaign. This is like a community engagement campaign. It's really cheap. We run $35 a day. You get 25, you can spend 25 cents per follower with a high follow through rate, which is pretty solid. We're running just 3 simple creatives, and they're like kind of case study creatives where we have our client kind of sharing some feedback with their student about how they landed some deals, and it leads to higher follower rates. So this is really good. You're getting attention and eyeballs to your page consistently, and this is ultimately what you want to do to keep leads coming in nonstop. So there's your walkthrough on how we're generating $150,000 every single month for our client. He's spending about $10,000 a month in ad spend every month, but you don't need that much to start off. Get the ball rolling with a cheap budget, anywhere between $25 to $50 a day can start generating you a lot of leads on TikTok. And if you're a business owner trying to get more leads and booked appointments to your offer, definitely schedule a free strategy call with us down below in the description of this video. We'll walk you through exactly what you need to know on how to build out the system and how we could potentially help you do the same. And if you enjoyed this video, I have plenty more walkthroughs scheduled on the way, so make sure you like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.